I'm out for a morning walk, and news broke yesterday today's Sunday. So news broke Friday. Brock Purdy got paid. He is, I think it's a $265 million contract, a $235 contract, $181 million guaranteed. I mean, solid contract. I think the Niners wanted to do right by Brock, and I think Brock wanted to be there clearly. And I think what ended up happening was, I think both sides took a little, right, did a probably more than they wanted to, but that's part of negotiations. And if you're Brock Purdy and his agent, number one, you could beat the table for Dak Prescott's contract. You could say, listen, that guy is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. You could pick one of my postseason runs, and it's better than what Dak Prescott has done in his entire career. So Brock Purdy had that argument, and it was a fair argument. And he didn't go that route. He falls within I think I saw kind of the Jared Goff to as far as the per year averages, and I think 181 is a little less than what Trevor Lawrence got as far as the fully guaranteed. I don't have all the contracts up, so I think Purdy did not take as much as he could have, and I think the Niners gave more than some people probably thought they should have. But I think it's a really good contract, and I think we've got to get out of this mode of it's either elite or trash, right? There's a lot of in between. There's only 3-4 elite guys in the NFL, and guess what? One of those elite guys did not make the playoffs last year, in which we gotta have some conversations with Joe Burrow. I know he's a great player, but you had the Super Bowl run your first full year as a starter, and in the last 4 years you've missed the playoffs twice, I think. Yeah, we'll get to that later. But there's only so many elite guys, and there is a ton of value in just being a really good quarterback. And for a team that you are consistently competing or winning, a playoff game or two, there's a ton of value in that. And the flip side is, if you don't have that guy and you try to roll the dice to go get one, right, you're going to let a guy that you think is pretty good walk, and you're going to try to go draft a guy. Well, it could end up being Trey Lance, who can't play football. It could end up being Kenny Pickett. It could end up being Zach Wilson, number 2 pick. It could end up being a lot of different guys, right? You could end up having to sign Russell Wilson for 1 year and Justin Fields. And then now the year after, you've got Mason Rudolph is right now penciled in as your starter, hoping Aaron Rodgers signs a contract. So it seems very easy, and we talk about it as if it is, that, hey, it's no big deal, man. Just let him walk. Just draft the quarterback in the first round. Well, what if that guy stinks? Because a lot of them do. A lot of the first-round quarterbacks stink. We think they're really good, right? It might be Paxton Lynch. So it's one of those things where if you got one, it's so much more valuable to keep that guy and just roll with them. So I think it's a solid, really good contract for both sides. And for the Niners, you need to have a bounce back here. I am someone that I've seen that I've heard their schedule is pretty bad. And my thought process is that may be true, and they may win, 10 games, whatever the case may be. But they let a lot of talent walk out the door. A lot of talent. Drake Greenlaw, I know he was in and out last year. The dude is talented. Ufunga, the safety. Dude is talented. Deebo Samuel. I know he didn't have the best year last season, but the dude is talented. He can play football. So it's one of those things that once you start to get a little bit of that talent drain going on, it now falls on the quarterback. They're expecting you to do more with less. With the Lions situation, Jameson Williams is pretty much coming up on his last year, and it's going to be, I don't know what the Lions are going to do, but I think there's a very real reality that Jameson Williams doesn't get an extension, and he will be, potentially leaving the team. I think that's a possibility. Well, if that does happen, the Lions are going to look at Jared Goff and say, hey, man, we pay you $53 million a year. We expect you to go get it done. So that's life as a highly compensated quarterback. It's a pretty darn good life. And, yeah, we'll see what happens with the Niners. But that is it for me. Peace.